Okay, we are now set for Super Bowl 58. Championship Sunday is over, and playing in Vegas for the title will be the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. So let's break down what took place on Championship Sunday, and we're going to do an early look ahead to Super Bowl 58. We're going to do that with the founder and CEO of U Stadium. His name is Frankie Vittarini, and he joins us now. Frankie, what is going on?
Dexter, my guy, all is well, man, all is well. Saw some good football, saw some weird football, too. But everything's good, man.
Everything is good. All is well, unless you are fans of the Ravens or the Lions, and things are not well for you because you thought you had a chance to go to the Super Bowl. But, Frankie, let's do this. Let's start with the AFC Championship game. The Chiefs, they return to the Super Bowl. They knock off the #1 seed in the AFC. That was the Baltimore Ravens. We'll get to the Chiefs, but so much of the talk around this game is about the Ravens blowing it and criticism of Lamar Jackson. What did you make of Lamar's performance? And does the loss fall squarely on the shoulders of the Ravens star quarterback?
You know what, man? Lamar did not look good. He did not look in rhythm. He looked like he was pressing a little bit. They got away from the run, which I think was their biggest deficiency all day. You got to run the football. You can't have Gus Edwards have 3 carries in the game. Justice Hill had 3 carries. That's not the formula for Baltimore to win. And I just think Lamar was a little bit off today. I thought he made some nice plays. You saw the play to Zay Flowers. But I just thought that Kansas City's defense had an extra step, had an extra leg, had an inkling as to what the Baltimore offense wanted to do. Sure, Lamar's going to make some plays, but 10 points isn't going to get it done. It's just not. We talked about it last show. They got to score at least 28. They didn't even get close to that. It was a bad performance, man. I don't know what was going on there. Listen, people are saying it's a gimmicky offense. It is a little gimmicky, but I didn't even see any of the gimmicky stuff. And probably the biggest play of the game for me on the Kansas City side was when L'Jarius Sneed tackled Lamar on that 4th down conversion, and I thought Lamar should have taken that to the house. I thought he could have taken that 70-plus yards. He sort of hesitated and wanted to get away from L'Jarius. I think he has the speed where he could have just jetted for that touchdown. He didn't. He looked a little bit like he was pressing. I also don't think that Baltimore has the weapons that they need to move forward and get to Super Bowls. I don't think Zay Flowers is a rookie. Gus Edwards is a nice player, but he is, what he is. Mark Andrews is a great tight end, but he was a little hurt. Baltimore's got to stack up a little bit because that offense today looked terrible, dude. It did not look good.
The offense didn't look good. There also was a level, I think, in terms of Baltimore on both sides of the ball where they just were undisciplined. You look at all the penalties. Look at what Zay Flowers did. He also did not hold on to the ball. Obviously, that what should have been a touchdown with the ball going through the end zone for a touchback. They just seemed a bit off, in terms of their discipline as well, too, and a lot of penalties in the game that definitely hurt the Ravens. Let's talk about the Chiefs, though, Frankie. They looked vulnerable for most of the regular season, right? Most people were saying that. But now they've reached the Super Bowl 4th time in 5 years. As the legend of Patrick Mahomes grows, is this his most impressive performance when it comes to leading a team to the Super Bowl?
You know what? I think it is, man. Patrick Mahomes today put himself in the conversation where, to me, he's the 2nd best quarterback all time. I've seen Peyton Manning play. Obviously, I've seen Drew Brees. I've seen Brett Favre, John Elway. This guy's better than all of them. The only one to me that he's looking up to is Tom Patrick Brady. Sorry, I call it Tomic. Tom Patrick Brady is the only guy that I think is clearly above Patrick Mahomes. He's one of the best, man. He's unbelievable. The fact that he's so controlled, he doesn't overdo anything. He's got such presence in the pocket. He never takes bad sacks. He knows exactly where to go. This guy's incredible. It put him in a place where he, to me, 2nd all time. This was just no hesitation. He didn't flinch at all today. He was on his stuff all game.
No, he was. He was on top of his game, and it seems with the Chiefs, they just got to get in, and they're good with number 15 there under center for them. In the NFC Championship game, I want to take it to the NFC side right now. Look, it was a tale of two halves. The Lions, they led the Niners 24-7 at the half, and then San Francisco, they scored 27 unanswered points to take a 10-point lead. Here's the thing you got to talk about with this game. Detroit head coach Dan Campbell, he decided to go for it on fourth down in the fourth quarter with about 8 minutes to go when he had an opportunity to tie the game at 27, and the Lions, they didn't convert. Now, Campbell's been aggressive all season long, Frankie, going for it on fourth down. Is the head coach to blame for the Lions' loss here in the NFC Championship game?
100%. 100%. You had two opportunities, one to go up 17 in the third quarter, kick a field goal. You go for it on fourth. You don't get it on San Francisco's 28. San Francisco comes back and scores. So instead of being up 17, you're only up 7. It's a big difference. Then the next drive you fumble, the mistake that you can't risk happens, whatever. You give it back. They score. Then if that's not Campbell's fault, but then a few drives later in the fourth, you have the opportunity to kick a field goal to tie the game on their 30. It's in the fourth quarter. It's getting late into the game. Tie the damn game. It's 4th and 3. It's not 4th and inches. You know, in football today, man, I'm all about being aggressive and trying and going with analytics. But when you can tie the game, tie the damn game. You're not playing against Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. What are you doing, Dan Campbell? Like, come on, man. You can't make that play. I know I'm a little emotional because I called the Lions and I actually bet some money on them, but, you know, we don't need to talk about that. I'll try to write it off. No, I'm just kidding. But come on, man. Like, tie the game or go up 3 scores. This, like, analytics thing, man, and this, like, let's go for 2 every time. Let's go for 4th. You lost today because of that. You missed an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl because you wanted to be cute and you wanted to be the tough guy and you wanted to show the world that you're the guy. You got burned and you didn't need to. It was uncalled for. You're not going up against an elite quarterback. Take the points, go up 3, or tie the damn game and give it to Purdy, who's not the best quarterback ever. Terrible performance by him, man. The more I think about it, I don't know, man. If I'm in ownership, I'm having a conversation with him. Hey, man, come in the office. I want to see why you went for that twice. Not once, twice on 4th down. Cost him the game, man.
Yeah, it's so tough because Dan Campbell's gotten the Lions to such a great place, a place in the NFC Championship game, so close to the Super Bowl where I don't think many people thought there would be before the start of this season. But now San Francisco, they'll be in another Super Bowl, Frankie, 2nd time in the last 5 seasons. Heading into this game, many people thought, and I think we talked about this, where they needed to play ahead, but they were down 17 points in this one. They came back for the victory. Considering they had comeback victories in the divisional round and the championship round, should we now look at this Niners team as a team that can win any kind of game?
You know, man, the Super Bowl, I always say it, it's always a weird game. It's always a different tempo. There's all this media stuff going on. You have your break for a week. It's a little bit of a, I don't know. It's a media event sometimes more than it is a football game. So I think anything can happen. But the way that Patrick Mahomes has played, and today I think was the pinnacle, like we discussed in the first segment, of what I've seen from this guy, where he's one of the best I've ever seen. I was so impressed, man. He's throwing to a rookie receiver. Kelsey looked like he was, the best he's ever been. He doesn't miss, man. So, yeah, can San Francisco win? I think so. I think they need to run the football. I think they need to do some things with Kittle, because he was not involved today, to sort of slow the game down. So I think they can win if they slow the game down. But Mahomes, man, when it's all said and done, he might be the best we've ever seen. He might, and I think he gets it done. But I'll reserve the right because I got a few weeks now. So,
you do have some time there. Last thing for me here, Frankie, because last time the Niners were in the Super Bowl, they played the Chiefs. That was in Super Bowl 54. Kansas City rallied to win that one. Now, you just mentioned it with Patrick Mahomes looking to win his 3rd Super Bowl title. Which of these teams do you think has the advantage heading into Super Bowl 58? Because you mentioned Mahomes and the greatness that he's displayed thus far. Is that the advantage for the Chiefs, or are you leaning more one way or the other? Which team has the advantage here?
So I think the Chiefs too, obviously, just because I'm Mahomes' biggest fan, and Andy Reid, I think's, on GOAT status. But I will say Kyle Shanahan is going to want this one. Kyle Shanahan's been to a Super Bowl, has lost a Super Bowl. He's going to want this game. So I do think he's going to scheme up whatever the heck he can to win this football game. So I do think that, you don't want to wake up, I don't want to say a sleeping monster because they've been winning, but you don't want that guy to come in with a lot of motivation to win. And I think he's good enough to win this game. But, man, Kansas City's just too good. Sorry for the boring answer, guys. I don't know what to say. I'm so impressed with this Kansas City team. They remind me of the Patriots, man, with Brady and Belichick, Mahomes and Reed. I saw today, Dexter, you saw that Jerry Rice, his receptions record got broken by Kelsey. Kelsey might play another 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I understand the comp. I understand the comparison. I understand how people feel about the Chiefs and what they've done right now. I think people thought this is probably the weakest team of the Patrick Mahomes era, but here they are. They're back in the Super Bowl. They'll play in Super Bowl 58 in a couple of Sundays, and they will play against the San Francisco 49ers. I'll be watching. Frankie, I know you will be watching, and appreciate your time.
Are you going to Vegas?
I'm not going to Vegas, unfortunately. I'm not. Will you be there?
Of course, man. Of course I'm going to Vegas. Come on, dude. What kind of question is that?
See, you know what?
Frankie Vegas? Come on, bro.
Frankie, when we
I actually don't love Vegas, but I'm going, man. I'm going. We're going with U Stadium. Gonna cover some stuff. So
there we go. Well, check out Frankie Vittorini, or you can call him Frankie Vegas now, founder, CEO of U Stadium, and the great work they do covering the NFL. Frankie, appreciate the insight. We will talk to you soon.
You're the best, Dex. Thanks, dude.
Thanks, man.